With Lance Armstrong back in the Tour de France this year, few could be happier than Comcast versus cable network. Average viewership is up more than 80% from last year. Jamie Davis is the president of Versus, and he joins us from Philadelphia. Jamie, welcome to Bloomberg.
Hi, Carol. How are you?
I'm doing well, and you guys doing well on this Tour de France run. Viewership spike, is it all about Lance Armstrong's return?
Absolutely. Certainly, there's no doubt that Lance is having an impact on it, and he's really bringing in the casual viewer because the hardcore cycling fan is going to watch the cycling, and we've been seeing the viewership grow in the Tour for years to come, even in the years post his first retirement. But what we're really seeing, I think, is several reasons for why the Tour is doing so well. First, Lance is bringing in the casual viewer. In addition to that, there's been a great rivalry happening on his team, Astana, between Lance and Contador.
Right.
And because of that rivalry alone, sports, the excitement of the race has been getting so much coverage and it's been getting so much publicity everywhere that people have been tuning in to see how it's going to go. Furthermore, the momentum that our network is having, I mean, we were the fastest growing network in 2008. We had the highest rated postseason hockey since 2002. We added the IndyCar Racing League this year, and that momentum has continued to grow and enable us to promote it. We're doing the whole tour in high definition for the first time ever this year.
Right.
And I think it's really making beautiful pictures as well. And also what we're doing on the digital space. We've really built out the entire digital space to super serve our fans, not just on the television, but also on the internet, to be able to provide a whole bunch of applications really be able to do great stuff.
All right, Jamie, so when you see these spikes, in viewers, on users on your site, I mean, it's a great thing, but the big thing is, how do you leverage this into not just a one-time move, but really holding on to these viewers and users for the long run? I mean, can you ultimately make money? That's what it's all about. So how do you leverage these casual viewers and hold on to them?
Well, a few things. First of all, what Versus is about is we don't have a ton of sports that we try to jump between every sport by the hour. Our strategy is always to take key sports that have passionate fan bases and super serve them. And as we bring in these new sports or sports that have these new viewers, like the casual viewers coming in, our idea is to try and promote them heavily and introduce them to the other sports we have on the network so we can carry them through. When it comes to monetization of it, we're having a great year with the tour with advertising as well. And even on the whole network, we're up year on year in revenues despite the bad economy, but we have 12 new sponsors on the network in the tour this year, and it's really exciting.
Well, what do you hear from those sponsors, Jamie? I mean, they obviously are going to like that viewership is up big time on the network because of the tour. Are you going to be able to hold on to them? What kind of feedback are you getting from them?
We're getting fantastic feedback. I mean, they're happy with the coverage. They're happy with the excitement that's happening, certainly with the ratings numbers, as you mentioned, being up nearly 90% in
But Jamie,
households.
what's it going to take to kind of hold on to them? What are they saying?
Well, what they're saying is that they're interested in getting into our other sports as well and continuing to work with us because of the momentum that the network has. As we get into our college football season, we're seeing several of these sponsors are very mainstream. McDonald's, Cadillac, Honda, General Mills, etc. These are kind of brands that go towards the key demographic that we serve, not just in the Tour de France, but with our hockey, our college football, our IndyCar racing, our PBR, our etc. Our other programming.
You mentioned all your programming. You guys have been doing cycling for many years, but you talk about hockey. You also carry college football, boxing matches. Anything out there that you want to kind of add to the lineup?
Well, what we've been doing, as I just mentioned, we just signed this year a new 10-year deal with IndyCar Racing to bring that to the network for the first time, exclusively as the cable broadcaster for that. And as I mentioned earlier, our strategy is not to just keep adding sport by sport, but it's to find sports that we believe fit our schedule that we can super serve. We're doing 13 to 14 hours a day of coverage on the Tour de France. During hockey, in the playoffs, we were doing double headers and triple headers every single night during the playoffs. And that's really what we do, which differentiates ourselves.
Hey, Jamie, it's so tough, though, to hold on to eyeballs. There's so many options, whether it's, on cable, on regular TV, on the internet. I mean, how do you kind of make money, though, in this environment and go after those ad dollars? I mean, everybody's chasing after them.
There's no doubt that it's a tough economic environment out there. I mean, I would be lying to tell you that it's simple and the money's just rolling in. However, people do like to follow momentum. People do like to follow a good story. Last year in 2008, we were the fastest growing national sports network, up 24% year on year. We've carried that momentum in the first quarter and second quarter. Our Stanley Cup playoffs, we had 2 of the rounds that were the highest rated since 1997 and 1998, and the advertisers want to be there. And we're more of a value proposition. We're younger and we're hungrier, and we're willing to work with these advertisers to partner with them.
So, Jamie, just got about 15 seconds here. What's your biggest challenge, and if you could be quickly for me?
Our biggest challenge is just continuing to make sure that we can always super serve the fan as we continue to grow, because we're a brand that's less than 3 years old.
All right. Good to get some time with you. Jamie, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Jamie Davis, president of Versus.